Hello everyone. This video is in continuation to our videos on the chapters Life Processes, chapter number 6 for CBSE grade 10 learners. We've already discussed respiration and its types in our previous video. I'm taking up two topics in this video. One, I'll be discussing the characteristics of a respiratory surface, which is a 2-mark question. I'll be discussing the rate of respiration in why it is faster in aquatic animals as compared to terrestrial animals also. So I'll be taking up these two topics, very important 2-mark questions for your board point of view or for general marking as well. So let's start. First is characters of respiratory surface. Let's talk about it. First of all, let's understand what is respiratory surface. Respiratory surface. What is it? Now, when we talk about humans, let's take examples of a few respiratory surfaces. So, it can be alveoli, as we have in mammals. It can be gills, as we have in aquatic animals. Or it can be skin, as there is in certain animals. So, all the structures which act or which help in the process of respiration, which assist the process of respiration or directly take part in that, are known as respiratory surfaces. Now, these respiratory surfaces, they have common characteristics which are responsible or which facilitate, characters which facilitate the process of, very important process, exchange of gases. Very important. Why? Because your respiratory surface, it has to play one role. It has to lead to exchange of gases. We will be in detail talking about exchange of gases in our further videos. Now, what is respiratory surface? Any surface which leads to exchange of gases is known as respiratory surface. It is different in different organisms like alveoli in mammals, aquatic animals, gills and skin in some of the organisms. So the respiratory surfaces, they have some common features for the process of exchange of gases to take place. Let's talk about those features. There are three main features. The first one is the surface has a large surface area. Large surface area. I'll give you example. One is this surface and the other surface maybe is this. So herein exchange of gases is taking place through this part only, where in this structure it is taking place through this. So where is more exchange taking place? Here. So the respiratory surfaces tend to have large surface area for more, I'll write here, for more exchange of gases, or you can say large amount of exchange of gases. Second characteristic feature which it must have is it should be vascularized, or I'll give you a simple one, it should have lot of blood vessels around it. Why? So that if suppose this is an alveoli, it has large amount of blood vessels around it. इसके around बहुत सारे blood vessels flow कर रहे हैं. So क्या होएगा? It can diffuse more amount of gases in and out. So it has to be highly vascular. Same goes with gills, same goes with skin. So whatever respiratory surface is there, it has to be highly vascularized. It has to have lot of blood vessels around it for the easy diffusion of gases or exchange of gases. Next is the surface should be moist. Why moist surface is preferred? Because it facilitates, this moist surface facilitates the process of diffusion. Wherever you talk about the respiratory surface, you will see that a respiratory surface is never dry. It is always covered with mucus so that easy diffusion or exchange of gases can take place. So three very important characters or features which should be there in all the respiratory surfaces for easy exchange of gases. Let's take up the next question which we have. Why is rate of respiration in aquatic animals faster as compared to terrestrial animals? Now there are 3-4 reasons for that. Density of water is high and low amount of oxygen is dissolved. It takes time to extract. So there are, but we have one specified here, so we will focus on that. The reason, if I give you, would be due to, I'll give you the reason first and then I'll tell you how it is and then I'll tell you how to write your answer. So the reason is that the oxygen dissolved in water is less as compared to atmospheric oxygen. So this is the main reason. Let's understand how. Now, if the amount of dissolved oxygen, like for example, suppose we are taking continuous breaths, so 1 minute mein whatever we are breathing, we are taking in more of oxygen. But if we talk about aquatic animals, if they do not breathe, or you can say take in water fast for the extraction of that oxygen in their body, they will die of starvation from oxygen. Why? Because ऑक्सीजन होता ही कम है पानी में. जितना पानी ज्यादा लेंगे उतना ऑक्सीजन ज्यादा जाएगा, उतना ऑक्सीजन वो एक्सट्रैक्ट कर पाएंगे. सो दे हैव टू ब्रीथ फास्टर. सो देयर रेट ऑफ ब्रीदिंग इज फास्टर एज कंपेयर टू terrestrial animals. If you've seen a fish, if you've not seen, please observe in an aquarium. You will see that it continuously keeps opening and closing its mouth. It's taking in water because water then will wash out the gills. ये gills होते हैं and water washes out the gill, and as and when it washes out, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड जो गिल्स में है वो वाटर में जाता है और जो वाटर में ऑक्सीजन है दैट गोज इनसाइड द गिल्स. सो दिस इज हाउ द एक्सचेंज टेक्स प्लेस. सो दिस इज द मेन रीजन. हाउ डू वी राइट आवर आंसर? व्हेन वी हैव टू राइट द आंसर, we'll write that the rate of respiration in aquatic animals is faster as compared to terrestrial animals because the amount of oxygen dissolved in water is fairly less as compared to the oxygen present in the atmosphere. Hence, the aquatic animals have to breathe faster to take in more of water so that they can have an adequate amount of oxygen inside their body. And so, they can survive or they can have proper amount of breakdown of food and whatever respiration ka kaam hai and all. So this is the answer to the question. Two very important questions are discussed in the video. In our next video, this is it. In our next video, we'll be taking up the next topic, or we'll be taking up the respiratory structure, actually the whole respiratory system starting from nostrils till the alveoli, plus we'll also talk about exchange of gases. Uske agle video mein we'll talk about the breathing mechanism. Fine. So keep watching, liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you.